the multiverse aligns. New mutated enhanced being of my kind. I rhyme to an iron heartbeat of Eddie Kane, the conqueror with the thought of Xavier's peace of mind. Look, Max crafting a well written in Hell's Kitchen, being blind. Dare to see your Scott Summers eye to eye. Miles ahead, web slinging a line in this age of Voltron. You ain't even inclined. The real McCoy, your beast with mine. I'm from Sakar, barely age. I've increased the time. Fantastic as a force field formed by Sue. It's the arrival of Marvel of the Minds. It's been due. Go.
Yeah, that intro's so hard, dog. That intro is just cold, dog. For sure. Yeah, man. First and foremost, what up, though? It's Marvel of the Minds. I'm Nametag Alexander. Of course, I got Peace of Mind as always. My co-host, what's going on, or my host, because we both hosts. I don't know why Peace just be allowing me to just go ahead and just start the intro. Because you can do, hey, feel free to do it if you want to.
Hey, I'm used to just following your lead. You know, in the podcast realm. You know, you are more formidable than me. I'm just here to tag along and enjoy the fun.
And you know what I just thought about? I'm glad you said that, because that's why this show works, because in the space of Marvel, you got more knowledge than me there. And then I see.
There we go. There we go.
Makes a lot of sense, man. So we are here because as of January 29th, Marvel Animation, because it's sort of connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, aka the MCU. But also it's not connected to it. So I would say Marvel Animation.
I mean, really everything after Multiverse, everything is connected to the MCU. Even the old stuff that was Fox, like, you know, it's all. But technically, this is the
because some things happened in that first episode that got me thinking, and I was going to ask you about that. But January 29th. Oh, and also the link is in the description. We got the Marvel of the Minds official t-shirt that is available on the website. When you click that link in the description, make sure y'all order one. It's a fly one. We're going to be releasing some more merch soon. Peace out.
Did you come in yet?
Even no, it's
no.
Yeah, where it's coming from. I looked, it was like a factory delivered from China or whatnot, like no jokes. And I saw it. It's in the States now, because I've been following the tracker, and it's in the States right now. Last I saw was somewhere in Monroe, and I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be a minute. I could see it being like next week or so when we get it. So probably by the time we record the next episode, which is perfect because we're recording on a Saturday, and I want to say when we do that Saturday, obviously the Super Bowl will be that Sunday. Saturday after that is gonna be All-Star Weekend or whatever. But by the time we record, I doubt we missing any of that or whatever by the time we get done, because we record fairly early during the evening hours. But
I'm not watching the Super Bowl anyway.
I really want to just catch the halftime performance, man, and
the commercials.
Yeah, because we already kind of got the idea. We know what this is. It's gonna be the story of the Chiefs and the three-peat. I know what it is. Just to be entertained, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
January 29th, however, 2025, Marvel Animation released Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series, right? And starting out, I guess
I'm glad they changed the name too.
Yeah, because what was it?
First freshman year? Yeah.
They didn't want to tie it down to, and let me share my screen too and pull this up on the IMDb. They didn't want to tie it down to the concept of like Tom Holland's Spider-Man character full on. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it has its connections to the MCU, but also at the same time, it kind of doesn't. And I'm not mad that they did that. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? Let me see.
And with the animation style, it looked more like they modeled the Peter Parker off the original from like Amazing Fantasy 15, like very first Spider-Man.
Yeah,
the big glasses,
right?
Perfect. The button-up shirt with the sweater over it. That was all from like Amazing Fantasy. Like, so I thought
I wasn't mad at that at all. I was really into like the animation style. Why am I clicking on this? Because at first I know a lot it was like, it looks kind of weird and everything, but I was like, nah, this is pretty cool. I'm not mad at this that they got going on. So it's oh no, they just telling this. So I was about to say they dropped the episode 3. No, but they dropped. The way they're doing it is like, I want to say 10 episodes total. I believe, and I know they're doing, and they already got cleared for a third season, I believe, and I heard from what I understood from a couple podcasts is that the second season is already complete or halfway complete or whatever.
I mean, they better not make us wait. Like, when did they announce this?
Man.
Spider-Man was like in 2019 or something. Yeah. It's a long time ago.
Yep. And so they dropped they doing it where it's like 2-3, I believe. So we'll be reviewing them as, you know, in splits or whatever. Got some cool images or whatever here on IMDb. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like this animation style, dog. I'm not mad at this.
And that suit right there, like that looks like the Future Foundation suit. Like
Yep. I heard a little bit about that. Like I wasn't too hip, but I was like, Peace more so read these comics, so I know he's gonna get an idea because I've seen a lot of the suits. Like, yo, some of these suits look fire. So yeah, man. But the first episode, I did learn a little bit about this character. For those of y'all who's listening to the audio, I'm just going through the IMDb, just looking at some of the images on here. But I do recall I saw a little bit about this particular character. What's his name? Is it Lonnie? Am I saying it right? Or is it Lincoln? Lonnie Lincoln? Is it right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna go through them and kind of go through those. Yes, Lonnie Lincoln, Eugene Bird, and which the guy that voices him, and I haven't seen this dude in anything in a long time because I knew I recognized the voice. Like, dog sounds super familiar. Then I went immediately to IMDb, like, yep. I know his name when I saw it. Yeah, that's him. I had to match the name with the face. But first couple episodes dropped. The first title, episode 1 being the Parker look. No, I'm sorry. The Amazing Fantasy, second episode, the Parker look. Amazing Fantasy, which, so you know how we normally do.
Fitting.
Infinity Stone rating. What we giving it?
I'll give it a 4 out of 6. It was good. I enjoyed it. Thought it was a good way to start off. Nothing like, it didn't like completely blow me away, but it was good.
Yeah, I would give it a 5. Just because of like I liked where it was going. I kind of at first I was a little iffy about how he got bit by the spider. I was like, why did he do it like that? But I was like, you know what, I'm kind of not mad at that. Spider from another universe, technically, or whatever, just as it was with Into the Spider-Verse. So I was like, okay. So the whole thing with Doctor Strange, and then we see that the spider goes into someone else's backpack though. So I'm like, where they gonna take that? You know what I'm saying? We don't know whose backpack it went into, but like how they gonna pan that out. You know what I mean? This is dope. They just kind of show some of the trailers on here.
Maybe.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
That would be cool.
And then old girl, what's the first girl that he met? Nico. I understand that she's from this character is from like the Runaways, I believe. She's like more kind of like gothic and got some powers and everything. They make May younger and younger, don't they? Like every time we see her. So
I mean, yeah.
What did you think about them abandoning the Uncle Ben like storyline with, you know how it was well, go ahead.
I was waiting for it. I think they don't need to do it at this point, you know, like it's fine without it. Like what was it? The Home series from the Tom Holland Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
The way they did that, where Aunt May was his Uncle Ben. You know, and everybody knows Peter's parents, something happened, he got raised, you know, this, that. Like I think it's fine.
Did they even mention Uncle Ben in the Tom Holland?
No.
Damn.
No,
that's kind of wild.
I don't think so.
I just thought about it. They never even mentioned it. They ain't mentioned a name or nothing. This one they did. It just was almost like, because you know how it normally is. The basic storyline is Uncle Ben dies as he's, you know, as Peter's already Spider-Man. In this case, it was like he ain't even Spider-Man yet. And he like, you know, basically it gives you the idea that Uncle Ben has already passed. You know what I mean? He's being raised by his Aunt May. Obviously, his parents, whatever happened to them. Into it, the school that he was initially gonna go to, I forget the name of the school, but it gets destroyed because of a battle with Doctor Strange, and I guess you would say this is a Venom from another universe.
Yeah, it was some sort of symbiote. Like it was like I don't know. It was like a half jackal, half spider, something. Like I don't know what it was, but yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Then we also, I was listening, like I said, I'm recognizing some of the voices. Phil Lamar is one of the teachers, and we also have, who else was in here? I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was speaking for Doc. I could have swore I heard them say that he was going to be voicing Strange, but apparently not. It's a guy named Robin Atkins Downs. Yeah,
and then the dude who plays Osborn, like we know him from a bunch of stuff.
For sure, absolutely. They was hyping that up before the show even came out. Coleman Domingo. So, but then remember when they was talking about the whole thing about replacing Kang, he was one of the main people that they were bringing up. So if they bring Kane back, I still think they're gonna mess around and bring back Jonathan Majors if they do revisit the Kane storyline. And I don't mean like they're gonna bring Kane back and just focus on a full-on movie centered around him or anything. I think they'll just hint to it, maybe
surprise,
show some, like show them a couple times, but nothing too like, oh yeah, we about to really just focus on the storyline. I can see them doing that. Because Majors is on his way back. He got the Magazine Dreams movie coming out. He said, this ain't the movie I wanted to make his comeback with, but whatever.
It's not the comeback I wanted, but good for him.
But yeah, man. So I definitely enjoyed the first episode. I like how it ended immediately when I seen him. What did you think about the fight in the alley, though, dog?
That was cool. I liked it.
Dude whole head with a brick, dog. It was like, damn. Yeah, man. And then this the same episode where he gets the powers or whatever, and he gets hit by that car, but you see the car is dented up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, I'm okay.
What I thought was dope about it was that a lot of the montage that they were showing, and another thing too, before I get to that, because I saw a lot of people saying like, are they ever going to get into showing like his origin story? If you pay attention, they're showing it in the intro. I don't like the intro music either, by the way. It's I don't know
like that?
Nah, it feels like I think for me working in the field of sync licensing, I'm a little jaded, and I know what briefs they call them sync licensing briefs or just sync briefs for short. You'll get an email and the company will describe, or the music supervisor who selects the music for the series of the film, they'll basically let you know, like, this is the type of music we're looking for this. And then they have a list of songs as examples or whatever. And I could tell with this particular, I know they didn't just, I don't think they just went and selected this particular artist. And no hate to the artist, obviously. You get your money, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you got paid a nice lick for a Disney Marvel, you know what I'm saying? So, but also it's like, I could tell that this was like, we need this song to sound like this for this particular intro.
I could see that. I wasn't mad at it. I mean, it's nothing that I'd like, go out of my way to listen to, but me and the kid, like, he was in here and he started
I can imagine
doing his dance to it. It was
kids
cool.
will love it. I can imagine kids loving it. But think about this, like when obviously it's Adult Swim, but watching Adult Swim and some of the music you heard on there, it was like, yo, this is dope.
Oh, that's
like, where's the song?
Different.
How can I find it? You know what I'm saying?
That's different. Like
that
all
be
that
in my
Samurai
mind.
Champloo.
And two, you know what it is? I'm probably a little jaded too because of X-Men '97 and how they stuck with the original theme song. So that's what and they kind of rocked it, they made it a little bit more rock and rollish too. With it was the same, but they added a little bit more, made it a little bit more modern. So I kind of was hoping they did it with this. They kind of did. They just made it more like, yo, this is hip hop, like that. And it was like, I felt that from it. But for kids, they probably loving it. It's probably fire to them. But that's just me talking from a just over critiquing and seeing it from that view, like a sync licensing. So yeah, man, he gets into the fight in the alley. He meets Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn. He meets Harry Osborn. And man. So he's some type of influence or whatever. You see obviously his parents come from money because they show him. I don't know if that was episode 2 where he was like on the red carpet or something like that. Where I think they was flicking through the channels or whatever. When you're at the school. But overall I enjoyed the first episode. I love how it ended. It was this episode showed you like everything that led up to how Tony Stark met him in the MCU. Like all that he was showing him on his phone. It's almost like it was just a montage of everything that happened before what we saw happening on Tony Stark's phone or iPad, whatever, in Civil War. We were showing him like, this is you, right? Like it was like that.
Yeah.
And then we get the damn near duplicated scene, but just within animation from what we saw with Peter meeting Tony for the first time, except flip it around is Norm Osborn. So I thought that was pretty dope because they even show it. It's a clip on Instagram. I want to say comic books, the Instagram page. I think it's called comic book on Instagram or whatever. And they had it like just synced up perfectly. I was like, yo, that's dope. That's pretty damn fire. Because you see Peter get
look for that.
What was it, the DVD player? I got the link. I can find the link.
Yeah.
Like he goes in the house talking about the DVD player, but you show him actually get the DVD player from out the trash. Oh, yo, that's dope. How they just kind of linking everything together.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Now,
so it's kind of parallel a little bit with the Holland, spider, but a little different.
With him meeting Lonnie Lincoln, the star football player, of course, Lonnie is smart. Peter didn't anticipate that. He thought he was going to be a jock or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? He going to a school that's like for smart kids, pretty much, right? So I don't know why he would think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So he meets the jock, finds out it's Lonnie Lincoln, but Lonnie likes Peter's crush, who used to babysit Peter or whatever.
Yeah,
what
was funny.
This character, Lonnie Lincoln, are you familiar with like who he's gonna become or anything like that?
I wasn't. I thought he was gonna be kind of like a Flash replacement, sort of. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Who was he?
What I'm hearing, shout out to Ben Ami and Tatiana King over at For All Nerds. They mentioned the character Tombstone. Somebody named Tombstone. He's supposed to be him. And
oh, really? Oh, shit! I didn't even.
So basically, like this. And I knew before I even knew that, I'm watching the first episode. And this episode 2, and I'm like, man, it's got to be something to this, like, because Pete is way too like cool with him so quick, knowing that he likes his crush, right? So I'm wondering like, what's gonna become of that? It's gonna be something where like this guy. They focus too much, and I know it's called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, so I can see them also focusing on the other characters' backstories as well, other than just Peter's. So while I'm watching and they focus on Lonnie, you see they got him going through the neighborhood, and I would assume that's Harlem, and showing like basically he's poor. His family is poor. He's on the cops is looking at him wrong. He's on the bus. The lady kind of let's go over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, but if he's the star quarterback of a team, wouldn't they kind of know him? Y'all ain't seen him in the paper or not on the internet or nothing. Like y'all just don't even reckon him. But I was like, it is what it is. So I'm thinking like, okay, they're gonna use that whole thing of him because the first time I was watching, I had to start it over because I was multitasking trying to get it. I sat down and really like watched that night and was like, oh, I see what they about to do. And this just comes from me doing the podcast. You start watching stuff a little bit differently. So I'm watching it like what they're gonna do is they're gonna use that backstory and he gonna be a villain. He's gonna be a villain.
I didn't even notice the whole Tombstone thing. That would be cool.
And this before I even knew about who this Tombstone character was. Apparently, he's worked with Harry or with Norm or whatever. I'm like, okay,
Kingpin.
I can see this being a thing. Yep, Kingpin as well. The word is Kingpin hired dude from episode 2 that set the stuff on fire. Supposedly, that's a Kingpin connection.
Oh, Pyromaniac. Yeah. Oh, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah,
because I had to go back and get some. I'm like, okay, I was listening to just different bits and stuff on YouTube and everything. Like, oh, okay, that connects. It kind of makes sense because some things I was just looking at, like, oh, all right. Like even watching when he in episode 2 where he gets, what was this episode? They getting kind of muddy. Like his episodes like meshing together. But he goes to the school and we see Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, that was episode 2. Yeah,
right. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this is knowing that they're gonna have 3 seasons. I'm like, oh, this is about to get good, dog. It's too early to be like, yo, this is about to be on the same level as X-Men 97. I wouldn't say that.
Right.
But I think it's gonna be good enough to where it's like, yo, these gonna be some dope storylines. Because again, it's not 100% connected to the MCU. They kind of just doing their own thing. But like you said, since Multiverse of Madness, all of it's connected.
And,
you know what I mean?
And why not? You have all these characters at your disposal now. Like, why not? Why,
we're gonna see, we'll likely see Doctor Strange come back. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we'll see him come back. We already saw like the picture with Norm and Captain America in there, which makes me feel like because of that, I'm like, what if this Captain America we get here is pretty much similar to the one we saw in X-Men 97, which damn, that episode was so dope, man. I might go back and rewatch it, but that episode was fire. Like he was still like the Boy Scout and everything, but like yo, I rock with the mutants, but I kind of don't rock with what y'all doing. I gotta kind of go against it. But yeah, we had Amadeus Cho. We had
so wait, before we go too far into episode 2, because we're already touching on a bunch of stuff. How many stones do you give it?
Oh yeah, episode 2. Damn, I forgot that quick. Got into discuss episode episode 2. I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna give that 6 out of 6. 6 Infinity Stones because of where I saw. Like I was too anxious, like to where it was going. Like as I'm watching it, especially like when he was learning the people at the school. And I think what really hyped it up for me was the people at the kids at the school, the other teens at the school, like Asha from Wakanda. I'm like,
oh no, okay. that was the internship.
Not the school, my fault. The internship. You're right. The internship. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was the school. Episode 2 spills over into the internship with Amadeus Cho. So I'm like, okay, I see the teacher. What was the teacher's name? Hold on, let me do. They probably don't even have her on here. But when I saw that one arm,
Connors.
Yeah, man,
it was like the lizard. Yeah,
Dr. Connors. Yeah, I said, they doing what they did, like how they did with Dr.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, they just like we gonna make him a woman instead, just like how they made Dr. Octavius, a woman as well. Yeah. Catherine Hahn bodied that too. She bodied that role as well.
Oh yeah.
I just don't care too much for it anymore as Akata. But we also got Asha from Wakanda, right? So I'm thinking, all right, Norman Osborn got hands everywhere as far as this money or these relationships. So because why Asha's from Wakanda? Like, why does anybody from Wakanda need to be in any type of internship over in America? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe she was sent there to keep an eye on things, like to see what Norman's got going on. You know,
they do have those folks on. What do they call them? Like how it was.
Black Panther's girl was one of them. I can't remember what the word they have for them, but yeah, they're like undercovers, like going off into the world to keep an eye on.
Pretty much, a spy. But I'm forgetting the name. It was something that I probably end up seeing the movie again and be like, that's what it is. But because I didn't feel like looking it up. But also, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I didn't even think about that because I immediately when she said when she said she was from Wakanda, I'm like, what? Why would somebody from Wakanda be in an internship? They got money out there already. They got all these resources out there. Why does she need to, you know what I'm saying?
You know, there's really no other need for her to come out.
We know
but they also had the outreach program, but that was more having Americans and other people come to their facility. Not
it was
them
weird,
going out
but
to
it's something to that though.
Yeah.
It's something to that for sure. Saying just like with Dr. Connors for sure. Now I did read the professor that he don't fuck with Peter at all. He's I looked him up. He's supposed to be and the guy that plays him did a great job too. Damn, why is it not showing his name on here? They only got so many people on here. But anyway, the professor is supposed to be this villain that's called the Wizard, I believe, and I understand he's a Fantastic Four villain.
Oh,
yep.
I didn't catch that. No.
Yeah, because I was like, he just really don't like Peter, but he's also like kind of, I don't know. I'm like, what's his issue? You know what I'm saying? I kept trying to figure out, like, yo, what is his issue, man? But he might have known.
He might have known Peter's pops if they're doing any type of parallel with the other stuff. His dad might have been working with Oscorp.
That's a good call. So shout out to Sylvia Liu, who did the art direction for this. I'm trying to pull up some of the writing credits will go to Charlie Nooner. I guess I'm saying that right.
Okay.
And then obviously the original, you know, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko or whatever. But as far as like the writing credits for this, Charlie Nooner, because it wasn't like, you know, some like just because it's animation, don't mean you just be so stuck on that you don't pay attention to like the I don't want to say the acting, but the voice actors and the writing is like, well, it was decent. I wasn't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like kids and adults can enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I just don't know. Some of these people are doing more than one voice. I'm looking at it here now. I don't know if you still see it, but it's saying like multiple additional voices. So it's not like one set character. I mean, obviously Coleman Domingo is like, no, y'all only pay me enough to do Norman Osborn. I'm doing Norman Osborn. So Purdue will, let me see. Oh, Kevin Feige, of course, he's got a hand in it, obviously.
Of course.
I'm just trying to see who did some of this music here. Just looking at the music supervision department. Always got to shout them out because music definitely makes it move. I'm not seeing a music supervisor for it. I'm just seeing the music. Oh, no. Yes. Kristen Zabala. I will note that for season 2. Reach out to that person. But yeah, man, I definitely enjoyed the episode. Like, I didn't expect it to end that way. I didn't.
Yeah. So you gotta slide him the Marvel of the Minds intro.
Yeah. Oh, we had to get that cleared. We had to redo it. It had to be to another because we got a sample.
I mean, they own it. Like,
yeah, I was just about to say. I mean, it's a Spider-Man joint.
Clear.
You know,
like
what I mean?
That's yours. So what's the problem?
I'd rewrite a whole Spider-Man specific verse.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, consider like, hey, y'all using the same song for the next 2 seasons? Like, you just never know. But yeah, man, I definitely enjoy. I didn't see it ending like that. Like Peter ditches Nico or whatever, not intentionally or whatever, but he goes to find the Pyro villain. Just to fight him. Pyromaniac. I gotta be specific with that because there is the Pyro with X-Men. So he scraps with him or whatever. Which again, I think that's a connection to Kingpin somehow because we know we're gonna get a Daredevil cameo as well. But him coming back, like I said, we know he dished Nico for the party. She already knew what was up, so I guess she was busy. So which makes me think, I wonder, do she know he's Spider-Man? She's
probably suspicious. I'd imagine that she's gonna be like his Ned.
Yeah, that's how I see her as. That's why I said Lonnie Lincoln. I said that's not gonna be his homie like that. He's not. What's my man's name? The bully, the quote unquote bully, or whatever.
There was something about Nico that made me be like, oh, is she gonna be White Tiger? But that was just a long shot. There was some, I can't remember what it was that I saw. I was like, is she gonna be?
Yeah,
White
they
Tiger?
just keep saying
if they even have her. I mean, who knows?
Runaways. That's all I can hear. She's from Runaways, and they got powers. Their parents were evil. And they got powers kind of based off like their parents. So her shit is like real, like gothic or whatever.
Their parents were like cult people or something like that.
So that if you look at how she dressed or whatever, she's on that like that gothic tip or whatever. Yeah. So we shall see. But the way it ended, it just was like, damn, Norman, he gets called and Norman Osborn wants to see him. I'm thinking this is gonna be like,
why not have like some X-Men in there too? You know, like. I think it's happening. Like why not? Like I said just a minute ago, they got all these characters at their fingertips. Use them. There's nothing holding them back now.
I'm with you on that. I 100% think it's going to be an X-Men character in here somewhere. Because look, and this is now look at this. I didn't even know this was the title of the next episode. Episode 3 is called Secret Identity Crisis. It doesn't even have a description of it or nothing like that. But I wouldn't be surprised that this got something to do with Nico probably knowing who he is. Obviously, it's already been exposed that Norman Osborn knows that he's Spider-Man. Yeah. So that's too obvious. I think it's going to be more than just Norman. It's going to be more like maybe Nico or somebody else knowing that you're Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see that being a thing. But I definitely enjoyed it, man. I give this one 6. Like I say, the last episode I give 5. I feel like it's going to just keep getting better. It just looked fun. Like it just like I watched and just forgot about the day. You know what I mean? Like I watched it that night and was like, man, this was cool.
I'm pretty sure, like I told you in the chat, like I was kind of worried about this show. You know,
what made you uncertain about it? Like I don't know.
Just like, you know, Harry, like, you know, they didn't really like, just seeing Harry had me like, oh fuck, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
like, you know. But I don't think that's gonna be it. And I saw, I think it was the voice actor for Peter, like he was doing some interview or something, and he said something about when he first got the call for this, he was worried that there was going to be some BS on, this and that
Oh
with
wow.
all the bullshit, and he was ecstatic when he got the script and was like reading it. He was like,
Yeah,
okay, this is good. I'm with this. So
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
that gives me hope too. Yeah.
What's this actor's name? I gotta look him. I gotta scroll down.
Uh,
Hudson Thames, I think. Hudson Thames.
yeah,
Maybe it's Thames. I
yeah,
don't know. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's
Thames.
good. He's good. Like voice
Yeah,
acting is a
yeah,
different beast, it seems like. So yeah, he's good.
yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely want to see where this goes with this Lonnie Lincoln character though. Like what villain he's gonna become, because they is right there. It's written. He's gonna be a villain. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Real excited about that, man. But yeah, that wraps up episode 1 and 2. Looking forward to episode 3. We'll probably that comes out on February the 5th.
Yeah.
And actually, because they said to so I think how they're doing it, we'll see. I don't even know. Are they gonna drop 2 episodes? We just gonna have to see. So yeah, man, looking forward to it. Let us know what y'all think. If you're listening or watching the episode, drop something in the YouTube comments, comment on Spotify, whatever you're able to do that. What you think about the episode, of course. What do you think is going to turn out in the next episode, or how does this season end as far as like these other characters? Is Lonnie Lincoln going to be a villain? Is him and Peter going to have beef? Is Doctor Strange going to come back? How's Daredevil going to come into the fold? You know what I mean? So let them know they can find you at Peace. You know how we do when we close it out.
Yup, Peace of Mind 313, across everything, everywhere, always.
Same. Name tag Alexander across the board. All platforms you can stream and purchase music. Same across social media as well, except for TikTok, because I can't download that anymore. But oh well. We still on YouTube, still on Instagram. Y'all know where to find us. Marvel of the Minds. Again, that link is in the description. Make sure you click on that to order your Marvel of the Minds t-shirt. We're gonna come with some more merch soon. I just ain't trying to oversaturate or whatever, because there's other merch there I still want you to cop as far as the Lead and Be Legendary brand in itself. But until next time, it's been Marvel of the Minds. Peace.